Hi everyone, hi all the doctors. Welcome to the class of Micro Mahasutra, and in this session we will be discussing the free living amoebas and the Entamoeba histolytica. Mind you, we are discussing the gastrointestinal tract and this is the 9th class of our GIT. Amoeba, very important, be it any exam. So in Entamoeba, my dear friends, first of all, let's understand that Entamoeba is a protozoa. So if you have seen my general parasitology class, you must be well aware of this, that Entamoeba is a protozoa. Okay, who is the reservoir? Obviously, because human is the reservoir, human is the definitive host, that's why we are discussing this. Morphologically, if there is a single nucleus, it is a trophozoite, and if it is a cyst, it is a quadrinucleate cyst. So my dear friends, morphologically, it is there as a quadrinucleate cyst. So for example, this is a cyst with 4 nucleus, but if it is a trophozoite, it is going to have a single nucleus, but remember, it is known to ingest the RBC. The trophozoite eats the RBC. Okay, the trophozoite having R in it, so RBC are being eaten by the trophozoite. So what are the stages? So both cyst and trophozoites, both of these will be found in the human blood. So both of them are the diagnostic stage. But remember, if you talk for infective, that means which is the stage which is coming in humans, it is the cyst alone. So cyst is the infective stage. Okay, cyst is the infective. So you can remember the spelling as like this, CIST. So C for cyst and I for infective. Okay, you got it? Good. The mode of transmission, how it is transmitted? It is transmitted by the fecal-oral route because it is amoeba, Entamoeba, histolytica, going inside the intestine. Okay, so yes, what is the virulence? So remember histolytica. So lytica, L, lectins. So virulence factor is lectins and the clinical feature will be amoebiasis. Clinical feature will be amoebiasis. Amoebiasis, my dear friends, is of two types, intestinal amoebiasis and extra-intestinal amoebiasis. So, intestinal amoebiasis means you will have dysentery, that means stool with blood and mucus, and there will be a flask-shaped ulcer in the submucosa. Can you see this? Locate the parts. This part in particular is the mucosa. This part in particular is the mucosa. Which one? This one. This is the mucosa. Okay, and this part is nothing but submucosa. So you are having what? You are having a flask-shaped ulcer. Can you see the flask? Okay, so there is a flask-shaped ulcer in the amoebic dysentery. Okay, in the submucosal layer. But if you talk for extra-intestinal, then it is going to go to the liver. Then it is going to go to the liver, and A for amoeba, A for Anchovy sauce. Remember, A for amoeba and A for Anchovy sauce. So in liver, it is going to make an abscess, and this abscess is of chocolate sauce color or Anchovy sauce color, like that. Now, amoeba can be cutaneous also on the skin, and it can be pulmonary also. So you can remember it with the mnemonic of ACP, that is Assistant Commissioner of Police. So ACP is the mnemonic, P for pulmonary, C for cutaneous and A for Anchovy sauce. Otherwise, if without mnemonic, you can remember well and good. How will you diagnose it? Remember, stool microscopy will also show cyst and trophozoite, but you have to stain it. So histolytica, remember okay, I'll write down. Histolytica, this is the way I write it. So lytica, T for trichome stain, I for iron hematoxylin stain, trichome stain and iron hematoxylin stain. Okay, and who is the doctor? Dr. 𝗶𝗵𝗺's media is something which is used. So remember, A for amoeba, B for 𝗶𝗵𝗺. So B for 𝗶𝗵𝗺 and A for amoeba. Okay, and obviously ELISA PCR you can use, but one more important thing is 𝗲𝗲𝗻. This is important. Please do not forget, 𝗲𝗲𝗻 is very important. So as the alphabet starts from A, ends at Z, so Z is 𝗲𝗲𝗻 and A for amoeba. And the treatment is going to be azole, metronidazole, tinidazole, not the fungal azole. This is metronidazole or tinidazole. Coming to second topic, the second topic is free living amoeba. So the free living amoebas are the amoebas which are found in the environment, especially in the water sources. Okay, so before coming to free living amoeba, I just want you to look at the very important thing which I missed for Entamoeba. Can you see? So what is happening? The mature cyst is getting engulfed. So the cyst is the infective stage. Now cyst performs the excistation in the intestine. Okay, then excistation, then matures into the trophozoite. Then trophozoite is going to multiply. It can invade the intestinal mucosa and can go to liver, brain and lungs. Okay, you got it? And if not formed into, after forming into trophozoite, it may again form the quadrinucleate cyst. So in blood you will have the quadrinucleate cyst, in blood you will have the trophozoite. Okay, you got it? And then by the contaminated food and water, the cycle is going to continue. This you can see. Yes, this is the cyst and the trophozoites which they have tried to show you. This is actually a uninucleate, only one nucleus is present. Okay, this is the uninucleate one. Okay, and this picture I have shown you. So coming back to the free living amoebas, I have told you that free living amoebas, the infective form is going to be trophozoite. Unlike the amoeba where it was cyst, here the infective form is trophozoite. Okay, so remember tropho, pH is just like F, F is just like free living. So for free living ones, the infective form is going to be trophozoite. Now please remember, they can penetrate the nasal mucosa and go to the brain and cause the infection. Free living amoeba, remember this. Free living amoeba can go to your brain. Okay, so free living amoeba can go to the brain. So they can cause brain infection also. So what are the examples? Example are Naegleria and Acanthamoeba. Especially Naegleria is called as brain eating amoeba. You might call your girlfriend as a Naegleria. So Naegleria, brain eating amoeba. So what does it cause? It causes primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. That means it is going to cause inflammation of meninges. So meninges are inflamed, and encephalitis means that the matter, the white matter, the grey matter of the brain are also going to show the inflammation. But this is by the Naegleria. Whereas Acanthamoeba is responsible for causing granulomatous amoebic meningoencephalitis. Granulomatous, okay, granulomatous. So granulomatous is by Acanthamoeba, okay. But remember, Acanthamoeba is the most common cause of amoebic keratitis. So if you are using a contact lens and if you wash it in the tap water, you can get it very easily. So Acanthamoeba, C for, or C and K are similar sounds. So keratitis you can remember with the Acanthamoeba. You can have the inflammation of cornea. So cornea will be inflamed in the C for contact lens user. And if you have C contact, C and G look similar. G for granulomatous inflammation, it is responsible for causing. So how will you check? You will have to obtain a brain biopsy either, or else you do ELISA and PCR. The treatment is same, metronidazole and tinidazole. Now other free living amoebas are Balamuthia and Sappinia. Okay, so these are other ones, so you can remember just the names. Thank you so much. This is the end of our lecture on amoeba. Thank you.